Holy frickin' crap, everybody. It's me, Monster Mac, with another edition of the Mackcast. Holy crap, Trainee. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
We should have an awesome one for you. Because we got Trainee number 1 is in the house. He finally made it out to one of the Mackcasts. Nice to see you, dude.
What does that even mean? I've been on every episode. I think I'm on more episodes than you are because you left during the Eric Dillon one.
It's halfway, so you got half a Mackcast on me, dude. Yeah. But I'm trying to, get some suspense going on in the Mackcast. Is Trainee number 1 going to be here? Isn't he going to be here? I don't know. You're going to have to tune in to find out.
The answer is always going to be yes. It's going to be yes all the time. You don't even know how to set up the podcast equipment. How are you going to do the podcast without me here?
Okay, you got a point there. You got a point. You're going somewhere with this. So,
are you going anywhere with this? That's the question.
Oh, there he is. There was Devin Blaze just dumped on his head. Botchamania. 261?
229.
229. So, anyways, thankfully, Trainee number 1 is here because of the Mackcast is going down right now, and who better to introduce our guest than Trainee number 1?
Nobody better. It's just me, especially on the Mackcast. Who else is going to do it? You?
No, not me, dudes. That's why you're here. One of the main reasons. No, one of the main.
And I always talk into the microphone. I'm like you.
That, and you also have all your questions lined up and stuff like that. Me, I just like to fire them off randomly. You know what I mean?
Not a single question ever.
I'm a hot shot. That's what the ladies call me.
Wild card is more like it.
Wild card, yeah. I got some hot shot questions coming up later on, but Trainee 1's going to do the intro because he's damn good at it.
Thanks, dude. Well, on tonight's Mackcast, we're going to do it a little different. Usually we sit down with guys who have done some stuff in wrestling and, they have some stories to tell. But tonight we're sitting down with young Dick Lane. And we're going to talk a little bit more about, we're going to talk a little about his training and all that jiggity jive. But we're going to talk more about, movies and wrestling currently and music and all that jive. I think we're just going to be dicking around. I think that's what we're going to be doing tonight. We're just going to do some dicking around.
Can I call you Dick?
Yeah,
that's Richard.
I'm used to being called Dick. Been called Dick for quite a while, so.
All right, let's do it. No, I can't call you Dick Face though.
No, my last name is not Face.
No, all right, it's Lane, right?
It's
my
Lane,
bad.
Dick Lane.
I had my notes wrong.
You had it written down. That's crazy, Mac. You skip it over we got any Mac news? We're both hurt.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, no brace needed though. Even though you might be a little hurt, I'm on the way to recovery, baby.
I took some of that injury for you into my hand. And ever since then, you've been hobbling around. It's good. And we also got Mike Montero in the house. We failed to mention that. He's lounged out on a recliner watching some Botchamania. That's probably what you hear loudly in the background.
He had a little too much jazz juice today. He over jazzed himself, so he's a little nappy right now.
What we say is that he is the influence. You don't throw out the jazz. What is wrong with you?
He's under the influence right now.
He is the influence. He's not under the.
So he's all messed up right now.
All right, I'm taking the mic away from you. So, Dick, we don't have any Mac news, so we're going to get right into the jiggity jive. You okay with that? You down?
I'm good with that.
Now, you obviously, you started training how long ago?
About 1 year ago.
A year ago, and it was when JT Dunn was running the school, right?
Yep.
And you went in there, how old are you? Or how old were you? Or do you want to...
I am
You
30.
can add 10 years if you want.
I am 30. I believe I was 29.
20 when you started, okay.
Yep.
And did you start by yourself, or did you bring a friend with you?
I began with my friend Alan Boutier, which some of you might know as Dr. Artemis Cobblepot from the RWA.
Right, and now we were hoping the doctor was going to show up so he could help, prescribe me some medication because my hand hurts, or, you know what I mean, get Max some more meds for his knees because the doctor cut you off, right?
I'm officially cut off with the Vicodins.
You never had Vicodins?
The Percocets, whatever one.
That's right, yeah.
It's a little white pill, a little white one.
All right, there's a blue one, too, that you take all the time, you weirdo. But, so you guys started off, and when did you start getting the inkling that you wanted to... how did you even find out about the RWA school, actually?
We were actually at a NCW show in Norwood, very close to our house. T was there at the show. JT was wrestling that night, and T was there. I believe Liz B was there.
Yeah.
and Alan actually went up to them and talked to them, and they gave us the information for the school and invited us to come down, and we did.
And you guys have been there ever since?
Yeah.
Going down to the school, what was your first impression? And have you ever been to anything like that? Any other kind of wrestling schools?
When I was younger, I was friends with John Thornhill. Do you guys know John Thornhill?
Yeah, I know John Thornhill. Yeah.
I went to high school with him. We would backyard wrestle. We went to Chaotic one time. We went to a couple other schools. I forget what they were. But my parents would not let me pursue wrestling.
Join the
time.
action, yeah.
But yeah, when I got to the chop shop, everyone was very friendly. It was a great environment. All the other students were nice, and it was great. Yeah.
Now, who else is in that class with you?
Connor is there.
Like helping out and stuff.
Yep. Mike Gross is there.
Yep.
Liz B goes to training. Frank the Crank.
Frankus, I like to call him. Frankus the Crankus. That's what I say bye to him. I also call Tom Thomas the Bommus. Just because, who knows? So, you guys, you start training there. You said that you feel welcomed right away.
Mm-hmm.
Did you start going to like RWA shows live? Checking out the shows?
Yep, I went to a few shows.
Now, your first live RWA show experience, what did you think?
I was blown away because it was... I had never heard of RWA. I had never been into like the local wrestling scene around Providence, around Boston, New England, period. I was blown away by the stuff that I've seen and the talent and the guys.
Now, Mack, remember your first RWA show, like the one you went to without me?
Yeah, I do. I believe I wrestled the Hoods in a three-way match. And I pulled out some Jackie Chan spots. I was watching a Jackie Chan movie earlier. So,
In that day, really?
yeah, I pulled out some Jackie Chan spots. And there was a good first impression, I would say. I'm not usually used to working three-way matches, only with the ladies, but not with the dudes. So, it was a little different.
None of those devil three ways.
No, none of them. But it was a little different, but I think it was a good first impression, and I'm glad that they decided to, let me keep coming back and bring you down and have some banger tag team matches. Tag team. I don't know why I turned into a 80s promoter there. But
A banger?
yeah, we had a slam banger. That's the word. You know what I mean? That's what all the kids are into.
I think we had this. Did we have this conversation before?
That's why you have to keep using it. You know what I mean? That's what all the cool kids say.
I got no idea what you're talking about, man. Can we get back to the podcast? Is that cool?
Yeah, man. I'm down.
I will incorporate slam banger into my vocabulary.
Yeah, he's going to use slam banger. God damn it.
You can use slam danger too. That works. That's copyrighted by the mini men. The mini men, yeah.
The little tiny men.
So yeah, that's copyrighted. So you can't use that. But feel free to use the other one.
I will.
You don't even remember what you said.
Slam banger.
All right, that's fine. What are you doing, Mike Montero? You put that camera down. Oh no, son of a bitch. So I'm all lost now. I'm laughing. Botchamania's on. You're confusing me. Mike Montero's taking photos.
So we got your first impression RWA. How long did you train before you officially worked your first match? Because that recently happened, right?
Yes, very recently at the Thanksgiving Throwdown was my first match as Dick Lane.
It was you versus the Mind Scrambler, right?
No, actually,
That's not his name.
yeah.
No, the guy with the green mohawk.
We've been there for like 2 years, dude, and you don't know anybody's friggin' names yet.
He's the Mind Scrambler.
No, the Mind Eraser, Mike Rasa.
Oh, Michael.
He's not making like eggs, dude.
No scrambled eggs. So, how was your first impression of that match? How do you feel you did yourself?
I actually wrestled Mike Rasa at the last hype taping that we had. At the Thanksgiving Throwdown, I was just in the Rumble. But yeah,
There's a little bit of feud going on. Did he throw you out? Piss you off?
Yeah. I mean,
Is that really what happened, or is he just making that up?
Well, I am Insane Dick Lane. It's kind of my thing. And he's the Mind Racer, Mike Grassa. He's kind of got the crazy thing going as well. So
Insta Heat? Or
Insta Heat.
I figured you guys would just get along, right? We're both a little nutty. Yeah, you figured you'd hang out and run around like maniacs together?
It instantly became a competition of who's crazier,
crazier,
who's
right.
more insane.
Now, he's insane because he got dropped on his head. You're insane because of potions?
I was born insane, and the potions just kind of adds to the effect.
Edge. Okay. Now, why do you say you were born insane, Dick Lane?
I mean, I don't want to say that my mother drank a little too much when I was, but that could be a possibility.
Right. Are we getting into the crazy shit, Dick Lane? It's getting wild here on the Mackcast already.
This is not a therapy session, my friend.
I'm sorry.
But we're going back to the Mind Eraser, Mike Grassa. You had your first match with him. Did you have any prior? Did you lock up with him in training a little bit? You guys,
yeah.
Were you used to him and his style by training with him? Is pretty much what I'm trying to ask.
Yeah, all kidding aside, he was actually very helpful in training and has helped me a lot over the past year to get to where I am. And, it was great to get in there with him.
Well, let's touch on what training you mentioned a little earlier so people are not a little confused. Potions? Training mentioned something about you taking some kind of potion.
So I've been kind of frustrated with my development in the RWA with my forward momentum. So I went to the good doctor, Cobblepot.
Artemis?
Yes, Artemis Cobblepot, and he has hooked me up with superpowers.
Yes.
I seen a little bit of this on the YouTubes. A video of you visiting his doctor's office, or his apartment, I should say. And
his doctor's apartment, yeah.
And what is he taking you under his wing? Tell me a little about this Artemis Cobblepot so the people know.
And your relationship. Obviously, you guys were friends beforehand, but now in the RWA, what is the correlation between Artemis Cobblepot and Insane Dick Lane?
Well, Dr. Cobblepot is a visionary in professional wrestling, as well as being a wonderful mad scientist on the caliber of like Doc Brown, etc.
Okay. Now, actually, I want to mention the good doctor, actually debuted before you.
Yes, he had a few clients before me that he tried out. One of them being the Ace, Mike Montero.
I didn't even know that happened. That was at Beyond Showcase. Okay, and the other ones were the two little jabroni kids, right?
Yeah, I believe.
What are their names? Was it TJ? I thought it was Jason and Jamie.
I don't know.
Or was it TJ and Jamie?
Yeah, it was TJ and Baby Me.
Okay, so Baby Blue and TJ also were clients. Now, were they just not drinking the potions? Because those dudes got jobbed out immediately.
Yes, he did not give them the performance-enhancing
You don't want to say drug. Okay, ability. You don't want to go with drugs. We don't do drugs here on the Mackcast. Don't laugh when you say when I say that.
So, not only did the Artemis Cobblepot mix up in the potions, but I seen some devices going on. Can you tell me a little bit about some of the devices that he has to help you gain victory inside this squared circle?
In the last match with Mike Grassa, I attempted to use the super suit's telekinetic capabilities.
Right.
And do a little force choke on him. But unfortunately, he did not foresee the feedback caused by Mike Grassa's own mind-erasing telepathic abilities.
Oh, so his own... You can't erase the mind of a man who has no mind to erase.
Exactly, yes.
So it just backfired on you, and what happened? Boot to the face?
Yeah, he just resisted my telekinesis.
Now, Dick Lane, I'm going to shoot on you on this one. I really enjoy the deal that you guys do. As a fellow character myself, and a little bit of a wild guy, I enjoy guys out there with charisma and character. Because you have a cousin who wrestled as a trainee one time.
Yes, yeah.
And, he did such an excellent job that I believe he got a push and is now doing singles matches at RWA because of the great job that he did as a trainee. And he stood out with more charisma and less training than the other two guys who were trainees on that show.
Yeah, thank you for that.
So it must run in the family then, I guess.
Yeah, thanks for giving him that
shot.
So,
like your cousin gave you the rub and was like, dude, I did a pretty decent job in this match. Maybe you should book my cuz.
Exactly. I think T saw what he was able to do with you guys, and he started giving me shots.
So what was the device that you were wearing in your first match? I'm sorry, I missed the name.
That was my telekinetic power glove.
I see the I don't even know if I can pronounce that.
Yeah, you definitely can.
The TPG. Yeah. The TPG.
I think I'm going to use that.
I thought it was malfunctions going on. I didn't realize that it was Mike Gross's mind scrambling abilities.
Are you down with the TPG?
I'm down with the TPG.
Yeah, you know me.
Oh.
That was my line.
Yeah,
Damn it.
You botched.
All right, so moving on here. Trainee,
What's up?
we're moving on.
So, what do you got then, Mac, if we're moving on, buddy?
No, that's why I handed the mic to you, because I don't got nothing.
You don't got nothing?
Not yet, brother. There's a process going on here. You know?
Yeah.
One question at a time.
So after your first match at RWA, it was the Thanksgiving Throwdown, right? That was the Throwdown was your first match.
Yep.
And then you did the hype taping following, which was, again, another packed kind of environment like the Throwdown was. Not as packed as the Throwdown, obviously.
Yeah,
but.
yeah.
Now, what are your future goals in the RWA? I know, obviously, you want to maybe do some more stuff involved with Artemis, or you know what I mean. Maybe use some of your you say superpowers. So which side are you landing on here, Dick? Supervillain or superhero?
Well, I guess I would be considered a supervillain because many people consider the people that wronged me to be heroes, but I don't believe that to be true.
So I think that just kind of goes with classic villain. That's like Joker syndrome, I'm pretty sure.
I guess if that's what you
He
want to
thinks
call
that
it.
he's the sane one. Everybody else a little nutty.
But in the future, yeah, I would like to dominate the RWA, make all you people believe that I have superpowers, because right now, I don't think you're believing it.
Will the future or the current RWA fans be seeing some of Artemis Cobblepot's instruments in the future?
Yes, we've been working on new technology.
You got
new
some
powers.
prototypes?
Yes. Right now,
Now-
we're working on some goggles.
I was going to say, can you leak it? Is it leakable?
All right, we're working on some goggles that could perhaps be able to view and create a graph, kind of like a Google Glass sort of device, if you will, that can read the power level of competitors.
So you know when you can pin them, when you should apply a submission. This is genius.
Exactly.
I'm on Team Cobblepot.
Like a SmackDown HUD.
I was
in real
just going to
life.
say, so like you're playing SmackDown and it'll show, wow, his arm is really red. You got
Exactly.
to work on that arm.
It's genius. I'm in.
This, my friends, is money. I'm all for it. This changing the biz.
Now, it's 2014. We all know this technology is real and not really too available, maybe to certain mad scientists.
Yes.
But what stages would you say that tech Google goggles, I don't even know how to say that stuff, but what stages would you say that is, and how soon can the RW fans see that? Because you can totally dominate if you got that, my friend. Unless you got punched in the face. That might suck.
I hope to debut it in my next match, hopefully.
See, Mac, you ask a question, you receive an answer. It's a pretty easy one, right? I would assume you jump on that right away. Hopefully they don't malfunction on you again.
Yes, that would be terrible.
Obviously a big... I mean, Dick Lane, clearly you're a fan of wrestling. You're a fan of comics and cartoon. You're a little wacky. I'm down with it all. So talking about a little bit about some grappling that's going... Unless you got some more insane questions for Dick Lane?
Well, it involves his wrestling as well. You're talking about different movies and stuff like that. I want to jump off. Obviously, clearly you're a Deadpool fan.
Yes.
Because if you look at your awesome wrestling attire, you got some sweet Deadpool, like, ish.
I don't know what you're talking about. That is not a Deadpool costume.
That's not a Deadpool
It is
costume?
definitely not a Deadpool
I thought you, like,
costume.
robbed it off of him personally, but...
It is a super suit, one of a kind.
Oh, it's one of
developed by
Artemis
Dr.
Cobblepot.
Cobblepot.
I see. He must be the Deadpool fan.
Yeah, he designed it. He designed this... No, I'm pretty sure... I think I may have seen that before on the internet. I don't know, dude. I'm not sure. It looked a little familiar.
That's merely speculation.
Speculation. Okay, Deadpool, though? Is that what you said?
I know, like, Brittany Wonder has one of them sexy-ass Deadpool costumes. I don't know if you're a Brittany Wonder fan.
What the fuck are you talking about?
From Hood Slam? No, nobody? She has a sexy-ass Deadpool costume?
Oh, man, Mike Montero agrees, so it's got to be true. No, I'm down with the Hood Slam. Don't get me wrong. I just haven't...
Now, don't get me wrong. I know absolutely nothing about Hood Slam. I just know Brittany Wonder has a sexy ass Deadpool costume. That's all.
I'd like to give a shout out to the girl that plays Cammy in Hood Slam.
Shout out from Dick
Shout
Lane.
out. Hit me up.
Now, how can she hit you up, Dick Lane? Just Dick Lane on Facebook?
Facebook.com/Dickie Lane.
Now, Dickie. Anybody else, Mike Montero? Any girls you want to shout out on here? Shelly Martinez or anything?
All right, Dick Lane. So, obviously, you're a comic book fan. Who are some of your favorites here in the comic book world?
Big fan of all the X-Men books. I try to keep up with what's going on in the comic books. I usually illegally download them every once in a while just to check in.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I
yeah. But yeah, I keep up to date. I watch all the movies. How about that Guardians of the Galaxy? That was great.
Didn't see it yet, but I enjoyed seeing
You guys have to see
Batista with
that.
a different skin color.
Batista is actually great. It is Batista's greatest role.
This is what I hear. I hear Batista is hilarious in the movie.
Unbelievable, yes.
He's great. I'm down with it. If he, listen, this is how I'm down with it. If Batista wants to be an actor now, and there's like, I'm down. I'll be 100% behind Batista. When Brock Lesnar first joined the WWF, I hated him.
Me too, yeah.
And when he went to UFC, I was like, hell yeah, win that UFC title, Brock Lesnar. You're a WWF guy. And then he came back, and it's whatever now. But I'm down. If I hate a guy and then he goes and does something else, I'm like, word, go do it up, dude. Win those Grammys, Batista.
So that leads straight up to CM Punk in the UFC. What do you think, Dick Lane?
I think he's going to get beat.
You think he's going to get beat?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to get beat, if he's going to win and lose, but I believe him when he says that he's going to train that hard to be a UFC fighter.
I do. I just don't think that he's put the time into that. You know what I mean? He's been a professional wrestler for years.
I'm sure that done a lot of damage on his body as well. He's older, and he's been wrestling for, 20 years now?
Yeah.
Something crazy like that. Now, dude, don't get me wrong, I love me some CM Punk. We grew up, CM Punk was... We went to, ROH shows in 2002 when they were first starting and all that jiving. I remember seeing CM Punk and Colt Cabana wrestling at ROH and being like, this is great and hilarious. But UFC, man, I think it might be some trouble for homeboy.
Yeah.
But right now, don't get me wrong, he's probably gonna make a boatload of money, dude. He's gonna that pay-per-view's gonna sell. And there's no UFC. Is there a UFC network? Does that exist? I was gonna say there's no UFC network, but there might be.
There is a UFC, some kind of app you could get. It's like a pass, a UFC pass.
But it's not that you don't get the pay-per-views on it.
I don't know if you get the current pay-per-views, but it's like an archive of Pride and UFC pay-per-views. I might be talking out of my ass. I overheard a conversation about someone talking about it, so I took their word for it.
Sounds real to me.
So you don't even know if what you said was accurate. You're just passing along secondhand information that you heard somebody else tell somebody.
But I'm so not full of shit that I realized that I'm full of shit, so it's all right.
Yeah, so I understand. What I'm just saying is it's like $50 or $60. A bunch of people are gonna pay to see whether CM Punk wins or loses. Everybody's making a bunch of money, and I guess that's really what it comes down to. A lot of people are pissed off that he's not he hasn't paid his dues in UFC to get a spot on the pay-per-view right away. But I don't know, man. I guess some guys get different treatment when it comes to breaking in like that. I mean, what the hell's his name? The guy from The Wrestler, homeboy. Mickey Rourke, yeah. He just boxed in, what was that? New Mexico? No, Russia. He just boxed in Russia professionally.
It was awful. I don't know if you've seen the YouTube clips. It didn't look very entertaining to me, but I don't know. I'm not a boxing fan, so.
Did you see any of that, Jive?
No, I did see him punch Jericho that one time.
Yeah, that one time. That's all you seen. Did you watch The Wrestler? Did you like it?
Yeah, it was great.
I'm gonna hold on. You guys babble. I'm gonna look up the boxing thing so you can see how awful it is.
You want some cheese, Tranny? Get your own effing cheese, all right?
Yeah, I understand.
That's my favorite quote from that. So, Dick Lane, Batman or Superman? Which one, dude? Don't say Superman.
I feel like
you can say Superman
right.
if you want.
I believe that Batman can beat everybody, but it's kind of hard to not say Superman in that situation.
It's really easy to not say Superman. Really,
he has to have kryptonite. You know what I mean? There's no other way possible for him to win.
Yeah, but who would you say you like more?
Batman.
If it was a like contest, Batman would win every time.
Yeah, I think Batman wins in everybody's mind.
That's good, because I really didn't want to kick you out of the Mack Mansion, so but you're still in, dude. So no problem.
Thank you.
Now, Mac, when I said I wanted to talk about like comics and stuff like that, I didn't mean I wanted you to drill Dick Lane about all of his favorite things. You know what I mean? Like, bring stuff up and talk about it, but be like, yo, dog, who'd win? Who's your favorite superhero right now, Mac? Who's yours?
Me, Batman.
Is it? Is that true?
Of course it is.
Now, Dick Lane, did you only answer like that because you've seen his Batman hoodie that he's wearing?
No. I like the hard questions. and
The hard ones, yeah. Well, I found the Mickey Rourke fight, but I'm going to skip over his entrance and all that jive. Look, he looks like he's 1,000,000 years old. This is insanity.
He's wearing a bathrobe, a woman's bathrobe.
And a cowboy hat.
That is, he bleached that. That is not gray there. But yeah, there's a lot of body shots in this fight. Yeah, and then the guy fell over, right? Isn't that what happened?
All right, so here we go. Mickey Rourke has 6 wins and 2 losses. Homeboy's got 1 win, 9 losses. Apparently, the guy he fought is a jabron. He's 1-9. That's not a good record. I guess that's the guy who you want to put against the movie guy.
Yeah, he should quit.
Do you think CM Punk's going to be fighting a jabron? I think this fight is already announced. Some Irish guy? I heard someone talking about that.
Is it announced, or did some guy just kind of tweet and put himself over saying he's going to be the one that beats Punk?
I don't know. Everything I say in here is all hearsay, so...
That's exactly... Everything you say in here is hearsay. I like that. It's kind of...
So what about this Green Ranger situation with
Now,
CM Punk?
I would be totally... Now, put on a fight like that, you're going to make $1 billion. I swear to God. Everyone's going to... Either that or it's going to be the most illegally downloaded UFC event of all time.
But come on, dude. He has all kinds of powers. He can, like, turn into a dinosaur and shit like that. Is he going to have his sword? Like,
Dude, he's not going to have the belt to morph. They're not going to have it.
you know, all the headshots are going to be against, like, a big helmet and stuff. That's not fair. It's not fair.
I don't think he's going to be wearing the helmet either. I'm pretty sure he's just going to be wearing, like, shorts like everybody else.
But he's the Green Ranger.
Yeah, I know he's not going to... It's not going to be billed as the Powered Rangers isn't real, man.
It's a morphin' time. You know?
I understand what time it is.
Doesn't
It's...
he have the whistle? He can, like... calls in, the robot.
I can't believe you
dinosaurs
remembered the tune.
and shit.
Of course I remember the tune, dude. Come on.
Yeah, so that wouldn't be a fair fight at all. I don't think so. That's what I want. I don't think so. What are you, my mic stand?
No, the fight started. Boom, Mickey Rourke with a big left. Oh, yeah, we're going to do commentary. I'm sorry. This fight was ridiculous. Have you seen this, Mike? This is, like, kind of new. They're in Russia. All right. They're doing a lot of walking around. Punch to the belly. Yaps and zaps. Mickey Rourke is not moving at all. His feet are planted. Even the commentary is laughing about what's going on. And, this boxing, I don't know, man. I watched this whole fight's over, like, right now. It's pretty much done.
That's right, Trini. But I don't know what's been going on in this fight. But Dick Lane is in the house. What do you think about this fight, Dick? Under the spotlight here. I think it's going to end anytime soon. But
doesn't really seem like either of them are really trying too hard to win this. They're just kind of...
I don't know if I'm only involved in Mickey Rourke because he played the wrestler and because he did that Jericho thing. But he also was in a movie called Juice, I think, that was really good, with Tupac.
that was the movie I was thinking of, right? He gets stabbed.
Yeah.
Someone stabs him up.
That's all you remember of it. Those are the only... I don't think I know any other Mickey Rourke movies other than those 2 movies. Anything?
The wrestler was dope, though.
Iron Man 2.
Oh, Iron Man 2. Yeah, but that was after the wrestler, right? I think this fight is just about... No, oh man, does it go into the second round? Did I not realize it? Or is this over soon? I hope it's over soon because I don't want... This is a whole lot of us just babbling about Mickey Rourke boxing. I thought it was quicker than this for some reason. Maybe I only seen a fast clip on the internet.
The Madcast brings you play-by-play of Mickey Rourke boxing. Good one, trainee. But yeah, Dick Lane. So, what kind of training regimen do you got here? Getting yourself in shape for the wrestling business? Are you ready for the ride, my friend?
I believe so. I've had a few different trainers now. Had JT for like 8-9 months, and then
That's
I had
good. JT knows his stuff.
we had a class with Biff for a few months.
Oh, nice. You joined the Biff camp?
Yep, and a few months with Stone. Now Stone is the current trainer at the Chop Shop.
Biff works on promos a lot. Did you work on a lot of promos?
Not really. We did a lot of psychology, basic psychology, learning like the outline of matches and such like that.
Now, I don't want to cut you guys off, but here comes the end spot for this boxing fight.
Ooh, body shot takes him down.
Kidney shot, so homeboy sells it, says he's fine. Mickey Rock walks away a little sweaty. Gets 7-8, and here it is, the big flurry from Mickey Rock. Let's call it clean. Watch this. That's it. That's the end of the fight.
It's the body shots that do it. Not really exciting to the viewers, but imagine taking a few body shots from Mickey Rock. I think my lungs.
Did you see those body shots, dude? I think that was as fixed as the that celebrity boxing deal I did a few years ago.
What, in the strip club?
Yeah, the strip club show. I wrestled in a strip club once. It was pretty crazy.
That's an accomplishment right there.
Yeah, it's definitely on the check off on the bucket list.
Same locker room as the strippers.
Hey,
It was
a perk.
It was a fun evening. Octomom was there.
Wow.
It was a wild one. I'll have to do.
Did she box? Did the Octomom box?
And
That's what they built it for, right?
yeah, it was a whole weird deal, man. I don't know. They started using people by different names, and they were calling people stars from shows they weren't on, and like other just random people are doing the boxing, and they were like cheerleaders having pillow fights during intermission, and like the whole crowd was just drunk strippers and their friends. It was a wild evening.
They billed Eric Dillon as one of the guys from the Partridge Family.
Family Ties, I believe.
Well, I hope to get booked on something
like that. I need to get the footage. Remind me, I gotta talk to him about getting the footage from that show.
Sounds like you got yourself some new future goals there,
Yeah,
Dick Lane.
you guys have.
You got to talk to Artemis
the game
about
for
that
me.
one.
And it was interesting because like we were there all day, so we seen like the B team strippers during the afternoon. You know what I mean? Like dancing around just kind of slowly, and a couple of drunk like old businessmen. And then like it got late evening, and then like late at night, it shit got wild, man. And plus, we got to go in through the secret like VIP door. With no metal detectors or anything. It was wild.
Why I didn't take that booking, I have no idea. I had prior engagements, but it sounds like my kind of party.
Yeah, that definitely was. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how fake that boxing fight was. And so let's continue on. You said that your current trainer, Anthony Stone, he's basically hardcore Jesus in Beyond Wrestling.
Yes.
And a good friend of ours, we call him Bloodstone because we've known him forever, and that used to be his name. Now, what are the main differences in the trainings of guys like JT, Biff, and Anthony Stone?
JT was really into cardio and conditioning, as well as training.
Right.
So I would say that his training was the most physically intensive as compared to the other guys.
Right.
Biff, like I said, did a lot of psychology, like basic psychology, and Stone has kind of been all over the place teaching different stuff.
Right.
So they've all kind of had their own perks and all done things their own way, but all of them were cool in their own way.
Right. Yeah. It's tough to choose between those three guys who you like best. I wouldn't want to spot like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Nick Stone right here? You're like, he's Biff. He likes Biff better. It's not yapping you up during training or something. I don't know. But did you? We're going to talk about a little bit about current wrestling product and how I think the WWE has somehow become. Well, it's got some indie influence. Certainly, a lot of indie influence in it. Did you watch the TNA? TNA. Jesus Christ. Nobody watches TNA. Did you watch the NXT pay-per-view? Whatever it's called.
Yeah, I was completely amazed by that pay-per-view.
It was something else, Dick Lane. I'll definitely have to tell you that. And a lot of people were saying that it was way better than TLC Stairs.
TLC Stairs.
Was that the TLC hyphen stairs? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what the pay-per-view was called.
Yeah, if I was on the main roster, I'd kind of be a little upset.
And I know they wanted to push that pay-per-view and really put on a good show, but I don't know. What was your opinion of TLC Stairs? Did you see it?
Yeah, I watched a good amount of it the other night.
A decent amount.
Amount.
We all have the network now, so we can leave and come and go as please. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
As we want. Did I say that right? We can leave, come, go, and please as much as we want. You know what I'm saying?
like you didn't say it right, but I can't argue with what you said. So you know what I mean? Just rock on, man. I guess.
Yeah, WWE Network. I love WWE Network. I do. You have it right, Dick?
Yes. Yep.
Of course you do. $9.99.
I think
$9.99.
half of the reason that you like Dick Lane is because you get to call him Dick all the time randomly. So when you're in public, you're just yelling the word Dick out all the time.
I yet to call you Dick Face yet.
Hey,
so, you know,
thank
I
you
had
for
my
that.
paperwork wrong. I'm glad we corrected that before this Mackcast continued. But when I first called you, I called you Dick Face to test you a little bit. Wanted to see what you were all about. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
You
don't call me
passed.
Dick Face, bro.
You passed,
You
exactly.
were expecting that. type of
You
thing.
didn't say that, so I was down. You know what I mean? Dick Face.
Wild, dude. That's just hilarious. So, Mack just said that he was kind of like testing you a little bit to joke around with you. Have you been ribbed by anybody or tested in the ring? Anybody give you the business? Any of that stuff happened to you yet?
Well, I've been accused of being a little bit ginger with
Right.
the strikes, so I often pay for that during training. People
Okay.
will give me some stiff shots, etc.
Yeah. Now, has that been the big critique in your performance?
Yeah, that's definitely something I need to work on.
Now, what do you think the issue with that is? Are you just you are new and are you timid to it? Are you just not
Yeah, I'm
You're-
just not comfortable hitting people
going
in the
all
face.
in? Yeah. And that that happens, man. That'll come with time, and you'll become a little more aggressive and lay your shit in. But you tell people like it doesn't sound like it's hard to hit somebody as hard in the. But you like people,
Yeah, you like people,
and you get
yeah.
to know them, and you don't want to just blast them really hard in the face. But sometimes you gotta.
But the funny part is, it's kind of like the opposite. It's kind of like the more you get to know someone,
The harder you want to.
the harder you hit them
Yeah,
because you know that they're cool. with
we're
it.
friends. You're all right. You're like you'll get over it.
Exactly.
That's a funny way to.
So, as you've been training for a while and you finally made your debut, what have you mustered up as your finisher to put away your opponent? What do you got for us,
In my
Dick?
last match, I tried to use a TKO kind of spin out cutter maneuver.
I see.
It almost got the 3 count on Grassa, but
You also
kicked out. He
you
was
had the
able to kick out.
malfunction of the techno glove as well, which
Exactly.
I'm sure
if I was able to choke the life out of him with the telekinesis, I believe I would have had the
you would
upper
have
hand
scooped
there.
him up right there,
Yep.
flung him around, diamond cutter, baby.
Oh yeah.
I hear that. So, you have any idea where your direction is heading in IWA? Did you get any spoilers from the bookers of?
I think we already talked about his future. Yeah, that was right in the beginning, man.
All right. Have you been branching out to any other promotions? Maybe get a little more work.
Just had his first match, man. Like, what are you talking about?
You got any ideas of places you would like to work in the future?
Well, Drew from Beyond Wrestling comes
Yes.
to the Chop Shop quite a bit. Hopefully, he notices me and sees my stuff.
You're hoping for a shot at Beyond. Are you a big fan?
Yes, huge fan of that whole promotion and what they do
just that whole promotion and that
And what
jazz
the-
they
yeah.
do. I'm in for it.
with the wrestling stuff.
yeah, with the bumps and the head selling and the karate and the comedy. I love it.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's a good future goal you got going on there. Back to movies here. Sharknado, have you seen it?
No.
No. I know this is a big debacle me and Training Them One have.
Not a word.
I watched Sharknado. I personally loved it. He hasn't seen Sharknado yet. Talk shit about it only because he hasn't seen it.
No, I talk shit about it because it's stupid. It's a stupid movie and I don't want to watch it.
Have you seen it, Dick Lane?
No, I have not.
You're missing out, dude. They image real sharks, right?
Yes.
Fishermen are on boats and shit like that, and they're filming with their recording cameras. The shark jumps up, eats the fish, right? They have that stock footage. Sharknado just digitally images them footages into the movie.
What are you talking about? What words are you saying?
You're watching the movie, and a shark's coming at you, a digital shark, right? And then it jumps at you. They just show footage of real sharks jumping out at you. And then they go up into the helicopter, and they throw bombs out of the helicopter into the Sharknado. It blows up the Sharknado. That's how they kill the Sharknado. They throw bombs out of a helicopter into a Sharknado.
Well, if Batman was there, he would have his bat shark repellent.
Yeah, and just spray it in his face. It would have been perfect.
Nobody would have had to die. It would have just been Batman walking around like a kid,
Exactly.
spraying shit. Everybody would have been fine.
I was hoping at least one of my friends seen Sharknado, so I can. You seen it, right? It was ridiculous. And dude, the lady fell out of the helicopter while they were throwing the bombs, and a shark randomly ate her.
Well, that's because it had to happen. You know, that's how those things work.
And then, as the movie goes on, Tara Reid's about to get eaten by a shark out of nowhere. She starts up the chainsaw, throws it to the main character. Main character jumps up in the air, cuts the shark in half. Oh, gets eaten by the shark. Real's dead. Cuts out of the shark. Then he pulls out the girl who fell out of the helicopter. It happened to be the same shark who ate that girl. He pulls her out and says she's still alive. Can you Sharknado?
Are you kidding me, dude? Like, how many? Like, don't look, man. I love watching B-rated horror movies with you, but this isn't. This is like not trying. They're not trying to be a bad. I don't even know. How do you love it so much?
It's because you haven't seen it, dude. It's you need to see Sharknado then, because they go perfect together.
Listen, I know what Sharknado is all about, and I believe that they're doing it on purpose. They're purposefully making it so silly that you have these types of reactions.
Sharknado 2, right? Kurt Angle's in it. I watched it recently. That's why I'm all hyped up.
Stop throwing your arms around. The Xbox One is picking up your hands and is moving shit around.
I'm all excited about Sharknado.
You should be excited about Batman vs. Terminator.
All right, but before I switch gears to that, I just want to say Kurt Angle was in Sharknado 2, and he did absolutely nothing. He was a fireman. He stood around and watched the Sharknado kill everybody. It was quite disappointing, but it happened.
There was no angle slam on the shark.
No. That's what I thought. You know what I mean? You bring Kurt Angle down for Sharknado, you have him do an angle slam or two. You know,
At least try to ankle lock somebody, right?
Moonsault.
Yeah, something. But speaking of, okay, well, I want to talk about movies that have wrestlers in them, because there was a point where we watched like 3 or 4 really bad movies with wrestlers. Remember there was one like Psycho Sid was like a guy. He was like a demon from hell or something. Do you have the DVD? Are you grabbing it? Don't bump the computer. I'll kill you. And like, was Nash in it too? Or something? Who else was in that movie? There was Dick Lane. You have any idea what we're talking about?
I did not see that. No.
Moss Mack's grabbing it. Boom. It's called Death from Above. Starring Sid Vicious, Kurt Angle, and Tom Savini. And I don't know, man. I'm just gonna straight read the back of the synopsis. An ancient druid, Kurt Angle, has returned to claim his prize, to rule the world through 1,000 years of darkness. But one man, Herzog, Sid Vicious, stands between him and the ultimate reign. As the twisted rampage of death and destruction escalates, these two forces face off in an epic battle of good v evil.
sounds dope, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I bought it. Wasn't dope. Psycho Herzog does absolutely shit in the movie. You know what I'm saying? And it was bullshit. I was very upset. He goes to a bar. He asks for a shot. He says, "Give me a shot." The lady gives him a shot. He takes the shot. That's all he does in the movie. It was goddamn bullshit.
There's a lot of like random cuts of him like angrily walking places.
The whole movie, green screen. They were in a house full of green screen. They green screened everything. They didn't go outside one time.
Are you sure? The whole thing was green screen?
Sure.
That movie was whack. Have you ever seen what was it called? Barroom. It had like the kid from Home Alone in it. Not Jonathan Taylor Thomas, the other brother, the older brother.
No.
It was like Backroom Brawls or Barroom Brawls. Remember we watched it with Pat?
I do remember that movie, but I don't remember too much of it. But we watched
They went on a tour of like this circuit of going to different bars, and they had like pro wrestling shows in these bars. But it was starring the kid from Home Improvement. That's all I remember.
Remember Backyard Dogs? That was another poopy one that we seen recently with the guy from was it the Power Rangers? Yes. Not quite the Green Ranger, but it was the Black Ranger, and they decided it was weird. It was all about backyard wrestling. Have you seen it?
I have not seen any of the movies that you guys have
don't watch movies?
No.
You don't see Backyard Dogs?
No.
You didn't see Death from Above? What about Wrong Side of Town? We got it in my hand right over here.
I was going to say, other than obviously Hulk Hogan and The Rock's movies, this is probably Wrong Side of Town is probably my favorite wrestling movie. Van Damme Rob Van Dam's the main character. He pimps
What about
around.
the classic They Live?
Well, yeah, that goes without saying,
All
I
right,
guess.
I bought that one recently. It's in my collection. You're damn right. But Wrong Side of Town here, starring Rob Van Dam. They slap Batista right in the cover. They throw Van Dam in the background with Ja Rule or whoever that is. But awesome movie, right? Van Dam's pimping around with his wife and stuff. He has a daughter. He's rich, and they go to some fancy nightclub with their new neighbors. He accidentally gets into a struggle with some dude who's on drugs. All the guy's on drugs, hits on his wife. Get into a struggle, accidentally stabs him up or some shit. He dies. Some big boss gets pissed, tries killing Van Damme the whole time. Batista's his gangbanging old friend who comes in, saves the day.
Batista's not in the gangbanging. Okay, ahead, continue.
Is he the gangbanger?
He's not a gangbanger. He's like an old army guy who turns on him.
Yeah, old tattoo artist or something. I don't know, but it was dope either way, Dick Lane, if you ever get the chance. Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies. You seen it? Because I got it, dude. It's in the Mack collection.
I've
God damn,
not seen any of
Blaine,
these
you're
wrestler
disappointing me
movies.
here.
I'm sorry.
Have you seen that one? No, there's fucking Roddy Piper and... man, you gotta take this mic.
No, dude. You can keep naming these movies. Yeah. You have more wrestling-related movies than I expected. Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies was ridiculous, though. It had, like, everybody in it. And I think Shane Douglas was in there, I think. Like, that was so weird.
He screws over Hacksaw Jim Duggan. They act like they're buddies, and then I forgot what he did, but he like closed the door on him or left him behind, and he got eaten by zombies. He turned into a zombie. It was messed up.
You can't forget Death Racers with Raven and the Insane Clown Posse.
Oh, yeah. That's a classic as well. The whole time we were waiting for the Insane Clown Posse to die, they never died. They lasted and made it all the way to the end. The movie was pretty cool.
Have you seen that one? Still nothing. No,
Nothing.
Zero. Raven plays the bad guy who's like trying to poison the water main, and he's got like little goons jib-jobbing around.
It's like the movie Death Race that everybody knows, but it's like a really bootleg version called Death Racers. A lot of green screen work, bootleg CGI. It's awesome.
I really liked Scott Hall in Big Money Rustlers. Actually.
Yeah, that's
his
certainly Scott
performance
Hall
in that
in
one
Big
was
Money.
great.
And if you're going to talk about Big Money Rustlers, you're going to talk about Mick Foley and Big Money Hustlers. That's a great wrestling appearance, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Cactus Sack, baby. He made it out for that one. It was pretty awesome. I highly enjoyed it.
We got WrestleManiac, obviously, which is an awful, awful movie. I just can't even. I don't even want to talk about WrestleManiac at all.
What are you talking about? Rey Mysterio, the original. He plays the serial killer in that movie. A bunch of hooligans go to Mexico to film a porno, and then guess what? Rey Mysterio's bashing their faces in. What is the gimmick? He cuts off the face and smashes it against the wall, right? Yeah, Rey Mysterio Sr. has his own personal room that he turned into a wrestling ring. Kind of like when you were a kid and you wrestled in your living room. You kind of like pretended the walls are ropes. That's what he did, but he would cut people's faces off, and then he would smash them against the wall, so that way when he beat up his opponents, it looked like a bunch of people were watching him, but it was really just dead skin faces on the wall. Awesome. That sounds awesome, right?
That is original.
Yeah.
Original
Good stuff.
idea.
And of course, Kane's See No Evil 1 and 2, which I recently bought See No Evil 2, and it's just I don't like it as much as the first one, but it's not bad.
You know, I thought it was highly enjoyable. See No Evil, Dick. Come on.
I didn't see the second one. I saw the first
You
one.
seen the first one?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It was. I liked how he pulled people's eyeballs out.
Yeah. What about him jerking off in the cage? You enjoy that?
Not quite as much.
You can't just throw jerking off around like that.
I'm pretty sure I own this Mackcast. I apologize, kids. If you're still listening, I'm sorry. But yeah, what about him jerking off in the cage?
What about it?
What? Yeah. What?
Did you enjoy that?
I thought it was. Yeah.
Highly enjoyable,
Highly
right?
enjoyable.
Exactly.
Watching Kane jerk off.
You out of your mind, dude. Oh man, where do I even go from Kane jerk? Where do you go from there? All right, so since we're talking about horror movies, Dick Lane, what are you, Freddy or Jason guy?
Freddy guy.
All right, good man, good man. Again, if you said Jason, all right, right out the front door.
What about Michael Myers, Jason?
Jason.
You go with Jason?
Yep.
All right.
That's it. You're just gonna.
That's
it. Now, why do you prefer Freddy over the Jason? Let's see.
Obviously because Freddy has better mic skills than Jason.
Because better promos,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Always cutting promos before he kills you. Always doing it in creative ways.
Right, yeah. Talk shit to you while he's killing you.
Yeah, having his face come out of pizza at you, or turning his hands into needles if you're a heroin addict.
Right, that was a good one,
like
right?
that.
Let's
Yeah.
get jib zabs are up.
That's probably my favorite one. The
Dream Warriors.
The Dream Warriors.
Mine
yeah.
too, dude. I have to agree with that.
My favorite thing about Jason is it's very realistic because you're more likely to have a bad dream and actually dream about Jason. My apologies. Actually, have a dream about Freddy trying to kill you. Whether it's really seeing a guy walking at you with a hockey mask, not as likely as having a bad dream.
You'll probably see a guy walking at you with a hockey mask if you go to hockey games, or like you'll probably see that more often than nightmares. I'm just saying, you mean a guy in a hockey mask with like a machete trying to kill you? You just said guy in a hockey mask. That's not unlikely at all.
Damn, I gotta rethink this whole theory.
Yeah.
You see guys in hockey masks, hockey fans, Jesus.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you got. Now, what did you think of the Freddy remake?
I actually did not hate it.
Me either. I thought it was all right.
I mean, obviously you can't
Okay,
replace.
at best, right.
You
Robert
can't.
Englund.
You can't replace Robert Englund, but he did a good job. It was the guy. I think. Yeah, Rorschach from.
I didn't like that they got rid of most of the comedy, tried making it more of a horror movie, but I would actually really enjoyed it due to the special effects that they had. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's what that movie was made in 2011, sometime around there. Special effects are on the up and up. You know what I mean? So you got to see. I loved when it faded between the dream world and the supermarket that she was in, when it was like going back and forth, and she was like crawling away from Freddy. That's really what I liked about it.
Wasn't that Freddy versus Jason?
No, that was the new one.
That was the new one?
Yeah, I think the hospital scene they did in Freddy vs. Jason, they were dragging their body around. I don't know if that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, maybe. I think. What is up with Freddy versus Jason with the J Muse? That's not J Muse.
Muse?
Yeah, there's a guy who plays basically
Yeah.
Jason Muse, just pimping around the whole time. He looks like J Muse, dressed like him. You know what I'm talking about? What's up with that? It's not J Muse. It's literally just the same character.
Well, you're talking about the Stone movie.
Right. But he's the
Who he pretty much wears the beanie and has long hair and says all the cool catchphrases, which are definitely not as cool as if it would have been J Muse himself. I don't know.
Maybe they just couldn't get Jay.
Yeah, he was too messed up on the H.
What?
Purely speculation coming from the Mackcast on why that didn't actually take place. But what do you got for us? You got some Freddy versus Jason going on the YouTubes.
Let's see if they have.
Why he actually isn't in the movie?
Freddy
No.
versus Jason, stoner guy.
So
All right, I'm gonna watch Freddy versus Jason. Best stoner guy. I'm gonna watch this guy. Now, wasn't there a section in that Never Sleep Again documentary that they talked about this, and J Muse was actually on it and said, "Yeah, when I was in that movie." Hey, wait a minute, that's not me in the movie.
yeah, that documentary is like 4 hours long. It's a really good one. Do you have the Netflix, Dick?
Yeah.
You got to check that one out.
I will.
Never Sleep Again, I believe it's called. If you ever have 4 hours out of your day to dedicate towards this documentary, it's well worth it.
Or like half an hour for a week. If you got like half an hour for a whole week.
We personally watched it straight through, but you can watch it. It was between 2 days. You had to go. Yeah, the ladies were calling.
Were they?
Yeah, on your cell phone, yeah. That's why you don't leave.
Okay. It's a random scene. Is this when he dies? Yeah, he's in a beanie. He's dressed like Jamie. He's got like the long... It's just wild, man. That's so funny. I wish it was J Muse. Probably would have been better. Are you a Jay and Silent Bob fan?
Yes, of course.
What's your favorite movie of them all?
Mallrats. By far.
I go Dogma.
Yep.
Personally, but Mallrats is a great flick. Why do you choose Mallrats over that the rest of them? Is it because Ben Affleck is trying to have sex with them in a very uncomfortable spot?
It's just the whole feel of the movie. I guess it's Jay and Silent Bob at their best. I feel like.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
them in the mall. You're saying,
yeah,
just kind of being mischievous.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of cartoony Batman references going on.
Yeah, a lot of
in that
comic book
movie.
stuff.
I really
like comic
enjoyed
books.
that. It's good stuff. Second favorite,
Second favorite.
number 2.
What about yours? You didn't say what yours.
Me, I think Dogma is really up there. It's a tie between Dogma and Mallrats. I'll probably have to say.
You literally just said his answer and my answer. Are you just trying not to be controversial and give up your own answer? Is that what it is? Are you sounding it out, Mac?
It's that Ben Affleck movie with the lesbians and
Chasing Amy.
no, the other one that he did with Jennifer Aniston. Geely, yeah, that's the one. That's a Kevin Smith movie, right? No, but I like that one. Anything that Kevin Smith ever made. That's not absolutely not true. But Freddie's about to tear it down on the YouTubes over here. He's in the classroom. It's going to be dope. But going back to what we were talking about, which...
We didn't talk about NXT at all either. We kind of just skimmed right over. You watch NXT? Fuck it. We don't want to talk about it.
It was because I was currently in the hot seat on the mic over here, and I don't know any of the NXT's guys' names. So I wanted to talk about the guy who came out with the cool-ass dreads and the face paint and the Venom jaws on his neck. He was about to gobble you up. I wanted to talk about him. I didn't know his name. So, Nigel McGuinness.
Finn Balor. Nigel McGuinness. Not. Oh, Freddie's sucking the life out of this chick. Oh, and you kind of. Oh. This is wild. All right, back to the podcast. We keep getting sidetracked by random YouTube clips. So, yeah, here's that heroin one that you were talking about with the fingers and the needles right here.
Yeah. This was a great one.
So you want to talk about Finn Balor, Mack? This was your first time seeing him?
Well, yeah, pretty much. He doesn't always do that. He's just a normal European guy.
He's been
from the UK.
He's done that the paint before. He's been Spider-Man and Venom and Carnage
in NXT.
No,
I see.
In New
outside.
Japan and stuff. I think.
I see. Yeah. Tore it down that night. The main event that night.
Casey Shooter's in the house. I just want to say, what up, Casey Shooter? Saying hello.
Casey, Dick Lane. Dick Lane,
Nice
Casey.
to meet you, sir.
So, what would you say match of the night was? What do you think stole the show?
I would say that match, yeah.
Which one?
Finn Balor and Hideo Itami versus the Ascension.
You enjoyed that match? The Generico Pac match was outlandish. I thought that was probably my favorite match of the. So a huge Generico fan, so that might have something to do with it.
Yeah, it was hard to pick a favorite. They were all great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Even the Divas match there was great.
Now my question is, how many of those same spots from that show are you going to see on shows this weekend and next weekend? Like coming up, people just doing the same shit that they seen on the pay-per-view. Like, that was cool. I'm going to do that.
I wasn't listening to you, so I'm going to kick off with another random question.
Did you forget we were doing a podcast? Is that what do I have to turn the Freddy off for you to pay attention?
You really do, man. It's because I got caught up with that Freddy scene. The naked bitch was under the bed in the water.
Whoa, naked lady. She was a lovely lady.
Dude, but the lady was really Freddy, and he's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So that naked bitch was under the bed in the waterbed, all naked and shit. And it was very distracting. So
you got distracted by the breasticles.
Yeah, pretty much. I was gonna ask you about Kevin Owens, his debut, palm struck right in the face, all bloody. You obviously seen it. What'd you think about it? And his future career in the WWE. You think it's gonna go well?
It seems like they're doing something different right now. It seems like they're kind of building up that roster down there to kind of be its own thing. It kinda
right,
seems
yeah.
like.
They're no longer like a feeding system.
Yeah.
But become its own product.
They kind of like the roster is so stacked down there right now.
It's unbelievable. It's become its own indie. And the guys that they have signed and not on TV, they still got like Sammy Callahan is signed.
Yeah.
And he's not on TV yet. Who else? Mike. William Mack was there for a while. I don't know if he's Wuhan Nation and the Bucks. I wouldn't be surprised if you see the Bucks, especially since Steen's in there and he seems to have some influence.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you got. Do you not know anything about any independent wrestling?
I watched that one pay-per-view.
That's it.
It was dope. They got me hooked. I'm down from now on to check out more NXT.
Now, this is the truth. When Mike Montero, when he comes over and he tries to watch PWG, Masa Mack forces him to turn it off because it's too much for him to handle. What is up with that, Mac? Why don't you enjoy the PWG product? Are you a PWG fan?
Of course, yes.
Of course, he says. Now, what is the deal? Why do you so anti PWG?
I'm not really anti PWG. It's just I'm a gimmick guy. You know what I mean? Where's Lapaka? Where is he? Where is he? Huh? Where is he? He's nowhere to be found. So you know what I mean? Where's Vader? You know what I mean? What time is it?
6:22.
No, not right. It's Vader time, dude. It's like I'm a character guy. You know what I mean? I like gimmick
So
stuff.
you must like Chikara then, right?
Shikara, yeah, and
He doesn't know. He doesn't like Shikara. He doesn't even watch. He has no idea what you're talking about. Don't lie to Dick.
when Choo Choo Tommy Trainwreck puts on Shikara, because he's more of the Shikara guy.
He does not put on Shikara. He puts on PWG.
I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Don't
I like the man guys.
Chikara's the
and-
one where they have like ice cream cones wrestling.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
He doesn't like any of that shit. He pretends that he likes gimmick stuff until you watch gimmick stuff with him, and he's like, I guess that's all right.
Show me a Lapaka match. Tell me I'm not going to be
The
mighty
chairman.
entertained. All right, my friend. I like Lapaka. I don't know. I think wrestling needs more Lapaka.
Like just Lapaka in general, or guys like what did you deal with? you just brought up Lapaka like 5 times.
He's a wrestling skeleton who dances with a chair. He's the chairman of WCW. I'm all for him too.
Yeah, that was really over with me as well when he would do the dance with the chair and stuff.
My boy Trinity Number One hooked me up with the Hulu, and they got some Masked Warriors, Lucha USA it's called, and they got a mini Lapaka in there. I'm guessing you haven't seen any of that product, but have you seen any of the Lucha Underground that's been heavily promoted lately?
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times. They got some good guys over there. They got Morrison and Ricochet, right? Yeah.
Johnny Mundo. Yeah, definitely. Definitely some good wrestling, but you only really get to see 3 matches per show. But I really like the production of the video. You can't distract me by Lapaka dances right now. It is very distracting. Go Lapaka. Go Lapaka. Anyways, what was I? What the hell was I talking about? Oh, you only really get to see a few matches on the show, but the production value, very different. Backstage vignettes looks like a goddamn movie over there with the evil promoter giving out the cash.
I lean more towards soap opera, but continue.
Lapaka's the man. Look at him go, dude.
That's it. That's all you want to. Oh, they film it weird, but I enjoy it. What are your feelings, Dick Lane?
On Lapaka? or
Yeah, Lapaka. Yeah, sure.
Lapaka is an innovator.
He's
Definitely an
Ralph
innovator.
Starry and Hoovy.
He plays the guitar great.
Now that is a sweet air guitar right there on that chair. Best is just right over there.
Can you guys wear masks? Can you explain to me the deal with the minis and stuff in Mexico? Like this mini Lapaka.
Oh my God! I'm sorry, Lapaka just punched that old man in the face. For real, I'm rewinding it. Take a look at this, Dick Lane.
Ooh.
Amazing. So what's the deal with minis? Like having like little guys running around?
Yeah, they have like mini Lapaka and mini like insert gimmick here.
Mack had a mini Mack for a while.
Really?
It's damn true. He was really just like a 11-year-old who lived next door to me, who he played off as a midget. He was Mini Mac. And dressed like me, but he more leaned towards my tag team partner, Bawiqua. He's some Puerto Rican guy who was a good friend of mine. I don't know, just liked him more, so he used to rep the Puerto Rican flag and stuff, and I had to get rid of him, you know what I mean? He eventually grew out and didn't look like a midget anymore, so it was harder to pass him off as a midget, you know what I mean?
I think you need a real midget.
Yeah, we had him go on his knees, and we put the shoes on his knees for a while, but it just looked too hokey, so we're like, sorry, dude, you can't be my midget anymore. If that answers your question, Dick.
To a degree, yeah.
That doesn't answer anything, I don't think. I think you may have just confused him more. Sometimes we don't use midgets, we use kids, and we throw them around. Terrible. All right, so, Dick Lane. Is there any topics that you want to talk about, man? Because we kind of just shot this whole thing on you. You came down, we just started talking.
Yeah, I mean...
Anything that you wanted to get into? Any messages you wanted to send out there?
Yeah, just get your ass down to the chop shop. Come see the RWA. You can see great wrestling. Like,
Is he talking to me?
I'm talking to you.
He's looking right at me. Is this a word to the fans out there?
Anybody listening to this?
Maybe someone
Yes.
who wants to get into the independent wrestling business.
Yeah, if you're looking to train, come to the Chop Shop. It's a great place to train. We got great teachers, great trainers. It's a great atmosphere.
What day of the week? You know, what times are they open?
The training is Wednesday, every Wednesday from 6 to 9.
Now, if fans want to get a little insane with the Dick Lane, what days would they want to choose to go to get down with some of your training
Wednesday.
with you?
Wednesdays, yes.
And fans out.
Stalkers direct. What day do you go to? Where are you gonna? What is the address and what time are you gonna be there?
Ladies, he is one handsome young man. Just let me say that. What about contacts here? Okay, you got a Facebook to plug. We're all about plugs here on the Mackcast.
I do not have my own like page yet, like most guys have.
We don't have
set
a
up.
like page. Screw that. Just
No,
Monster
you
Mac on
you
Facebook.
guys do, don't you?
Well, we have like the Mackcast like page in the Monster Mac
right.
show, but it's not like a Monster Mac or a Mac Attack one. We have a normal Facebook because we just pimp around through life as normal two French guys in masks.
Yeah, I just still have the normal Facebook
Dick Lane.
with me typing my everyday troubles.
Now, before we actually wrap it up, I posted in the RWA page. I asked if anybody they had anything they wanted for us to discuss, and T said that he's tired of hearing all the positive things from people about RWA. He wants us to talk about what we feel the negatives are. And I don't know if that's a trap and he's trying to set us up. And I know he recently sent the heavy hitters after us, and you're injured and I'm injured, and all this may be the case. And he's trying, maybe Montero will get fired for speaking his mind. I'm just talking jive. But I wanted to see, what do you feel like the negatives are, Mac?
I think it's a trap personally, and I refuse to answer any of these questions. Now, to be real about it, I think some of the display of the product that they put out there, it's awesome, don't get me wrong, but just the little things like the camera angle on the commentary table. Just a weird angle, you know. They're put to the side, you can see some stuff in the back.
Now, Mac, are you just talking about this one last show that you just watched and you didn't like the camera angle? Or do you have like memory of other camera angles that you didn't like?
No, it was pretty much just that one camera angle. Yeah, that was a mistake on someone's part. But otherwise, I think, you know, they have a really good idea of production value. You know what I mean? They're trying to pick it up. But maybe to clean up the arena a little bit, paint the walls, I'm saying.
You're saying clean the arena up a little bit, but that's only to segue into your wall painting thing. Because you've been talking about this for days. Do you think they should paint the walls red? Is that what you said? Red?
Red or black? I know red might be a little too bright. It bleeds on your VHS tapes.
On DVDs, I mean, like just cameras in general, man. Red bleeds.
But red or black, you know what I mean? They got that white walls going on. I think it would really give the arena a really nice feel. The Chop Shop. But I hear that they're going to be doing some dabbling a little bit of live events at the Chop Shop.
Yeah, I was gonna say that my big thing was just to promote and sell tickets to the hype tapings more, because a lot of those hype shows are just as good as the live shows they do. You know what I mean, man? Sometimes we have some real solid hype tapings that, you know, that people can just come and see for free, and that's cool and all. But, you know, you guys want to see bigger names. You want to see RWA guys against, you know, some maybe New England indie names, or even further out. You know, we're going to start doing these. They're going to start charging Chop-iversary $5 a ticket. We're not going to be there because we're both hurt and crippled men. But, you know, you're going to see a lot of cool matches. I think we got Devin Blaze versus Mike Garasa in a Antennas versus Mohawk match.
Yes.
I'm going to try to remember these matches off the top of my head. Amanda Fox versus Triplicious in a dress match. A loser wears a dress, which, you know, everybody's thinking, like, why is that so weird? I've known Amanda Fox for like 4 years now, and I've never seen her in a dress once. It's not happened. And so I think it'll just be just as... I think I may have seen Triplicious in a dress more often than I've seen Amanda Fox in a dress.
Absolutely. I look forward to that one. I've never seen her in a dress either, and I've known her just as long as you, Trini. What other matches we got for that card? Do you remember any other? Mike Montero.
It's,
He's an
T.
RWA machine over here.
T and the heavy
Spit
hitters.
him out.
T and the heavy hitters.
The heavy hitters, T Phoenix, and tagging up with who?
The heavy
The
hitters.
heavy hitters. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's because T Phoenix did the turn on Just Alex.
Yes.
On Tom the Bomb, I mean.
Mac, you need to say it. You have the microphone. No, you didn't say the. You failed to mention the Abruzis.
The Abruzis. All right, because Mike said it, and you guys didn't pick up that. It's
Yeah, Davey Cash is taking on Chris Dozer. What? And the big main is what? Pyro and Frankus the Crankus cashing in his what is it called? He's cashing in that briefcase, Sure Shot briefcase. And
it's not called the Money in the Bank.
No, it's
definitely not called
It's not
that.
a Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't know if it was the Michael Jackson tribute. What? I don't even. Okay. I don't know what clips are going on here. But either way, and I believe there's probably more matches to be announced that we haven't heard yet. I don't know if Mike Montero is going to be there, Jason Devine. I assume they're going to be on the show. And Dick Lane, are you going to be there?
I will be there one way or another.
Does that mean you'll be sitting in the crowd in full Dick Lane attire?
Perhaps.
Awesome.
But somebody is doomed to face me.
They're doomed to face you? Is that
They're definitely doomed.
And
whoever it is.
Whoever it may be.
dude. Lapaka's dancing like Michael Jackson to the Thriller song. I think we gotta go. You know what I mean? I don't.
To tell you the truth, there's no other way I can wrap this up better than watching a bunch of luchadors do the Thriller dance in the ring. Look it up on YouTube. Lapaka's coming to the ring. This shit's wild. Dick Lane, man, thank you for coming out and bibble babbling with us.
Thank you for having me.
Just dicking around. We appreciate it, my friend. I'm training number 1. That was Dick Lane.
Maybe next time Cottlepot can make it down. And he needs to update his movie collection, by the way. I'm Monster Mac. Thank you very much for listening. And a good night or day or evening to you.
You're so bad at the sign-offs, too.